My name is Vince Ainger, and I have in the studio this morning Chandra Kumar, who is our new executive director. And Chandra, this is my first opportunity to meet you. When you came on, I was out of circulation with some serious doctoring. And Chandra has brought with her today our Shining Star of the Month and also our Manager of the Quarter. And Chandra, I'm going to let you introduce.
Well, I have the privilege today of introducing Priscilla Lyles, who is our Shining Star of the Month. And those of you that know Priscilla and know the impact that she has here within the community, and I have felt that personally, and in my 1 month of being here at Green Spring, she is truly an asset to the community and each and every one of the residents. I think there isn't anyone that isn't so happy to see her. There isn't a staff member that isn't just so proud of all that she does and the huge impact that she has on the community. And so, since I'm here, I know this is not usually the norm, but I wanted to be able to present the certificate. This is for going above and beyond, and this is for you, Priscilla.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
And along with that, we have a gift card that we'd like you to enjoy. And I'm going to hand that over to you. But this is a very, very small token of all that you do. Priscilla has been with Green Spring for about 11 years and has been instrumental in many of the different transitions we've had. But she's kind of kept everything together. And so she is really the glue that binds us here at Green Spring. So I'm really excited to be sitting here with you and being able to have this opportunity to talk about her.
I was just going to say, I think Priscilla is the one who runs the whole place properly.
Oh, I don't disagree at all. I don't disagree at all.
Thank you both.
And I'm doubly pleasured here today to be here because everybody calls him G. His name is Gajinder. Gajinder is our leader of the quarter, and that is very, very highly coveted and has a lot of competition to be nominated and then to win and be voted. The executive team and votes on who the leader is. And it is a tribute to this year. You've been here with us for 10 years. I think you started when you were very, very young.
I did.
I always joke with him about his name tag has him, I think, with his first suit. But he has had such an impact on the dining services, and I've heard nothing but positive feedback from the residents, the staff. Yesterday we were able to acknowledge both of them, and I know when G came up and how emotive the team was that works with him and his supervisors about the impact that he has. And it's not just in the dining experience, but even the things that he pays attention to if a resident needs something, the details. Recently he had a resident that needed assistance with their walker. And that's not usually part of his responsibility, but he really takes pride, I think, in all that he does. And we are so blessed to have you as part of this community. We want to continue to see you grow here.
Thank you.
And I have for you also your certificate. This is my first time signing these, so you're my first two. So
thank you very
and I
much.
also have for G a gift card, a small token of our appreciation for all you do.
Thank you very
much. And I want to thank both of you because you make the lives of our residents and my job and the rest of your teammates' jobs more enjoyable and a wonderful place to live and work. So thank you both.
Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you, Chandra.
So I've on a couple of occasions, I've called Mr. G downstairs to the Acotink room when I couldn't project something I wanted to project. Yes. In my day, Priscilla, I needed a secretary that was smarter than me, but not a lot smarter. That kind of.
She's a lot smarter. She's a lot smarter.
Yes. So let me start. Chandra said 11 years.
It'll be 11 years in October.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Actually, neither of you need an introduction, do you? And so, what did you do before you came to Green Spring? How did you get here?
I was actually an executive assistant for a government contractor.
Oh, yeah.
That was just bought out a few years ago by Boeing.
Boeing. I was going to say Lockheed Martin, but
Boeing
everybody.
actually ended up with this company.
Yeah, so you must get some time off from the office. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing when you're?
Well, I have two grandchildren with actually a granddaughter on the way. And I also ride with my husband on a big Harley.
Do you?
And I love to read. And usually that's what I do a lot of on the weekends.
Yeah.
Spend time with my husband. We've been married, about 32 years, so
Yeah.
quite a while.
Yeah. This sounds like a bad line, but I can't believe you're a grandmother. And you have a third one.
Yes,
You have a
yes.
third one coming.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, Mr. G, where were you before?
So actually, I worked a few small jobs before starting at Green Spring here, but I actually came to the community as a volunteer, actually working over in Garden Ridge. That was 10 years ago, and then slowly worked my way into the dining department.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed working with the community. You know, meeting residents, you get to share different personal experiences with them, and you just realize how much the vast knowledge they have here, and it's just been very rewarding for me on that occasion.
Sure. A lot of interesting people here.
Most
fascinating
certainly,
people,
yeah.
which I didn't. So dining services, it seems to me, is the biggest issue always. I mean, I once, after an interview with Brian once, before you came, Chandra, I said to Brian, you executive people, you insist that residents should find something to complain about. And I told him one day after dinner in the cafe, I went up to my room. I felt I wasn't doing my fair share of complaining, you see. And I went into the den, turned out the lights, and I thought, if I think real hard, I should be able to find something to complain about. And I said to Brian, I do have two complaints, the larger of which kind of became a joke with, I think, Mr. G and all the people in the dining. The larger complaint I have is that I don't get egg noodles with my beef stroganoff. How tough can life be for a guy whose biggest single problem is he doesn't get egg noodles? So that kind of became a joke of sorts. So, Chandra, do you have anything else? We've got about 5 minutes here, and I need you to carry some of the conversation here because I don't know what else to ask.
Well, I think when you have a community, and as I said, I've been here 1 month, that has such a dedicated group of employees, it has made my job easier. And I know that, you said that you should have somebody that's smart but not smarter than you.
Not a lot smarter.
I actually, work by the presence that I like to surround myself with people that are smarter than I am. And absolutely, I have that here in the community. But in general, I do find, as you said, that our residents, I don't get a lot of complaints, which I'm not saying I'm asking people to come out and complain, but we always look at complaints as an opportunity to do a better job. And I think, the dedication that we have, that you see here today, but across the campus, really our staff pays attention, and we try to do our best. And there's always going to be areas that we need to continuously focus on and work on. But in general, everybody really goes in every day trying to do their best. And we appreciate the feedback that we get from you, our residents, because we wouldn't know all the time some of the areas that do need to be adjusted. So and I found here at Green Spring, it's a really great collaboration between our residents, including our resident council, myself and my team, to help, for me, being the new person here, to really kind of bring me on board, get to kind of understand the history, some of the things that are unique to Green Spring, and just in general, looking at all of the different things that kind of are going to come down the pike, in the years. We've got so much coming, and there's such excitement, and so many new programs, and I am very, very dependent, on my leadership team. And everyone. I mean, I tell my employees, if I don't show up to work one day, it's probably a quiet day in the office. I'm sure Priscilla can vouch for that. But if one of my housekeepers or one of my dining services people doesn't show up, there's a little bit of a heck breaking loose. Does it not happen? Everybody's scrambling trying to fill that. So it really is a tribute to how important our team members are in the community, and the responsibilities that they have. Everybody has a very, very important part in making Green Spring what it is, the amazing place. And I hear repeatedly how happy people are.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really happy to be here and to be amongst a great group of residents and a wonderful group of employees. So
Sure.
it's been a nice experience.
You know, I never, ever really learned to do anything useful. Now I live in a community where we have a staff, all of them do something very useful on a daily basis. That's a nice feeling. It's good. It's good to have people like Priscilla and Mr. G come in, because I'm glad you're here. I have to say, I'm glad you're here. So, any closing thoughts? Anyone? Anything to add?
You know, I know one thing, I'm never, ever bored.
Yeah.
Never, ever bored.
You know, this has got to be a tremendous place to run and operate. You know, the buildings and the problems that can get, the maintenance that it comes up inevitably. Has to be it just seems to be an overwhelming thing. And I think of you as the mayor, I think. But yeah. But again, Priscilla runs the place.
I have to get the wave down right.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of the session here, and I thank you all for coming, and I thank you for your service. And the whole community, I'm sure, is very grateful. Certainly I am.